Getting a push in the WWE is hard. You can spend years perfecting your craft and put all the hours in the gym, but if creative just doesn't have anything for you, buddy, well, you're gonna spend a lot of time in catering. These are 5 WWE stars who deserve a major push in 2023. At number 5, it's LA Knight.
Yeah!
The megastar had a rough start in the main roster, being repackaged as the manager of a comedy act in Maximum Male Models. Thankfully, this would not last long though, as the former Max Dupree was back to his old brash self as soon as Triple H took the creative helm from Vince. Bigger things were in store for Knight as he would be put in a program with the returning Bray Wyatt. An odd pairing on paper, but both men were such masters on the mic that the promos would carry their entire feud. Knight would eventually lose to Wyatt, and ever since then, he hasn't been doing much of anything. It looked like he was gonna feud with the New Day at one point, but he ended up jobbing to both Kofi and Xavier Woods, which is a damn shame as WWE is wasting his potential. He's one of the best, if not the best stalker they have right now.
It's just a fact of life.
And I believe that he can out-promo just about anyone in the roster.
Yeah!
In fact, there were times when I think LA Knight even outclassed Bray Wyatt in the promo department.
1 week he's not Uncle Howdy. The next week, I am Uncle Howdy. I am him. Huh?
Side note, he even sounds like The Rock too if you smell what the Knight is cooking. Sure, he might not put on 5-star classics, but he's decent enough to carry a good match. Now, imagine the fire segments we'd get if you pair him with the likes of Kevin Owens or Seth Rollins. Heck, how about a verbal sparring with John Cena? Them just going off and ripping each other apart with words would be so fun to watch. Number 4, Legado del Fantasma. I feel like I'm cheating here including a faction in the list, but hey, they come as a package. What I love about this faction is their presentation. The Mexican cartel vibes with fancy suits and proud attitudes. Cruz del Toro and Joaquin Wilde are a fun team to watch with their high-flying offense, and they can put on some great matches with just about any tag team you put them against. Their leader, Santos Escobar, just oozes with charisma and brings so much personality to the group along with Zelina Vega, who always thrives in manager roles. Legado won their main roster debut match against Hit Bro and reignited their NXT feud for a short while. But after that, things went downhill real quick. They've lost almost all of their matches since. The most notable one was with Santos losing to Ricochet at the SmackDown World Cup Finals. And now, after being lost in the shuffle for a while, they've aligned themselves with Rey Mysterio against the Judgment Day. Now, it's too early to judge, but so far they've been made to look like chumps, losing all of their matches against the Judgment Day. What pains me is that Legado del Fantasma has the complete package to be a top heel faction in the WWE, and I think turning them babyface felt a bit premature. It's cool and all with Santos showing mutual respect to Rey and aiding him against his son and his goth buddies, but they could be so much more than just side acts to Rey Mysterio's never-ending feud with the Judgment Day. But honestly, WWE just has to give them some wins, man. It's hard to build credibility when you keep losing all your matches. Number 3, Raquel Rodriguez. Onto the women's side now. Raquel Rodriguez immediately made an impact on the main roster just a month after her debut by challenging then Women's Champion Ronda Rousey to a title match. And though she ultimately lost, she was made to look strong in defeat. It looked like Raquel was set for a monster push early into her main roster run, but she has yet to be given a solid push and it's been about a year now. One women's tag title reign aside, which didn't last long anyway, it seemed that Raquel's MO was she would always come up short in big matches but look strong in defeat. And while that was fine during her early days in the main roster, since you don't wanna overpush someone who's not ready, she has put in the work and is definitely deserving of that main event spot now. I do hope the rumors are true and she gets that monster push after Mania, potentially being pegged as the women's Money in the Bank winner. At number 2, Montez Ford. Montez Ford would bring the swag like nobody can when he made his main roster debut with Angelo Dawkins as the Street Profits. They would instantly captivate the WWE Universe with their over-the-top personalities, and not long after, they would capture some tag team gold, becoming a staple of WWE programming. Always a reliable duo to put on 5-star worthy matches, their wars with the Usos were on another level. Now, the Profits haven't seen much success lately, with Ford looking like he was gonna turn heel at one point, but nothing ever came out of it. It feels like creative has been dipping their toes into the idea of a singles run for Tez, but for some reason, they seem hesitant to go all in, which is a huge mistake because Montez Ford definitely has the it factor. The way he looks, his in-ring skills, I mean look at the height on that frog splash, whew! And his ability to connect with the fans makes him the complete package. With the lack of fresh contenders for Roman to face, you can immediately put Tez in that position and have him sink or swim. But what would be better is to ease him in as a singles guy and let him have a decent run with one of the mid-card titles for a couple months before moving him to the main event picture. But the bottom line is it needs to happen now. And the way I see them doing it is during a roster shakeup. Have the Street Profits go to different brands, with Montez staying on Raw and Dawkins going to SmackDown. This way, there's no big breakup angle needed and you can have them team up down the line like nothing happened. If, for some reason, both of their singles run bombs. Kind of like what they did with the Dudley Boys in the 2002 draft. And that's not to say Dawkins would be left in the dust after their split. There have been guys who managed to carve out a great career for themselves while being known as the other guy. You have Christian, Matt Hardy, and most recently, Tommaso Ciampa. The Big Dog could easily be a good mid-card guy if given the right build. Will WWE do it though? We'll see. If you like this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe as it would really help me a lot and it lets me know that you want to see this kind of content. The last one I want to see get a massive push this year is Chad Gable. Gable has been a part of the main roster for quite some time now, debuting on SmackDown Live as part of American Alpha way back on 2016. He's gone through a number of character changes throughout the years and seemed to have hit a stride with his most recent gimmick in the Alpha Academy. Gable is the very definition of underrated. Remember that Shorty G gimmick? How he managed to come out of that on top is a testament to his dedication and hard work. A master technician in the ring, Gable combines his superb athleticism with raw power. His promo work is nothing to scoff at either. He can dial up the comedy to 11 if needed.
Education! Thank you!
He reminds me a lot of Prime Kurt Angle, who has all the comedic chops in the world but is a wrestling machine when it came to the ring. Kind of makes you wonder why he wasn't the one chosen to be Kurt Angle's son. I mean, look at him. He's a spitting image of Kurt. What were you thinking, Vince? There was a stretch of time in 2022 where Gable was being made to put over other guys every week. But even in defeat, he would end up stealing the show as he consistently puts on banger after banger.
After banger!
Just look at this beautiful deadlift German suplex to a bridge pin that he gave to Bronson Reed. You could build a house with that foundation. I do hope the rumors are true and WWE is planning a big singles run for Gable this year. Gable and Otis are a fun duo, but I'm actually quite invested in what they're doing right now with Otis as part of the Maximum Male models, so Gable has to do something else. A US title run with a more serious character would surely elevate his stock. I think Gable deserves better and anyone who thinks otherwise can just